Hello and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS. I welcome you all to a daily quiz for today. Also reminding you, today is Wednesday, means today at 8 p.m. you can catch on our YouTube channel the next episode of International Relations this week, where we cover all the important news updates regarding international relations that took place in the last week or so. Also reminding you, you can be a part of our Telegram channel if you have not done so till now. Just use the link given in the description of the video to get all the latest current affairs updates about the UPSC examination in our Telegram channel. Now let's begin with the first question on your screen. Consider the following statements with regards to India's space program. Number 1. So far, no privately developed satellite launch vehicle has been used in India. Second, ISRO has launched private satellites in the past using its own launch vehicle. And third, ISRO has also launched multiple satellites made by students. Which of these given statements is or are correct? If you look at these three statements, all of these are correct, and the answer here is D. The first statement would become wrong in just a few days because, as per Mission Prarambh, launched by the Government of India and ISRO, India's first private launch vehicle is all set for a maiden flight between 12th and 16th of November at Sriharikota. This will be the first ever private launch vehicle that will be used in India. As you know, ISRO in the past has launched privately made satellites but using their own launch vehicle. So this is the first time we are now using privately made launch vehicle as well. This launch vehicle has been made by a space-based company that is based in India. The company's name is called Skyroot. So it is Skyroot that has made this. India thus is opening up its space sector to as many private potential partners as possible. As you know, although ISRO is well known for its international space prowess, but the fact is it only makes up for 2% of the commercial space market globally. Next, question number 2. Consider the following statements. Number 1. Glyphosate is a broad spectrum herbicide that can control a wide range of weeds, whether broadleaf or grassy. Second, there are 9 glyphosate based formulations containing different concentrations of the chemical registered for use under the Insecticides Act of 1968. Third, in India, the only GM crop officially under commercial cultivation today is BT cotton. Which of these given statements is or are correct? All the three given statements again are correct. The answer here would be C. It's a difficult question to answer, especially because of first and the second statements. The third statement obviously is correct. So far, yes, we have seen that DMH11 mustard has also been given the go-ahead by the GEAC, but the commercial cultivation has still not begun because we are still awaiting the nod by the cabinet. First and the second statements also are absolutely correct. The reason why this question is in the news is because of this herbicide, that is glyphosate, is in the news. The reason being, the Union Agricultural Ministry has restricted the use of this herbicide. This comes in when the Supreme Court is about to take up a plea that is seeking to ban all the herbicide tolerant crops, including the transgenic hybrid mustard and cotton. So basically what has happened is people who are against the concept of GM crops, they are going to the court saying that those crops which are tolerant to herbicides, means on which herbicides would not have any negative impact, they should be banned. Now, glyphosate is a herbicide used to kill weeds, which are plants which compete with the other crops for nutrients. Now, as you know, in the soil, if you have some unwanted plants, they might take up all the nutrients from the soil which you do not want to happen. So you remove them so that all the nutrients from the soil can only go towards those plants that you actually require. Now, the reason why the usage has been restricted is because its application has increased with the advent of genetic modification. That is why more and more of this herbicide is being used, which is seen as a dangerous sign for health. Question number 3 now. Which of the following best defines greenwashing? Number 1, giving a false picture of the progress made on the climate change front. Second, waterlogging the forest intentionally to increase the green cover. Third, making minor changes in drug compositions to renew the patent. And fourth, the practice of increasing green cover over water bodies. Which of these best defines greenwashing? The correct answer here is A. Greenwashing is a practice under which countries and companies around the world give a much better, brighter picture of the pollution control that they're undertaking as compared to what the reality is. This is called greenwashing. So they may control pollution by a few points, but they tell the entire world that they have made huge progress in curtailing pollution. This is a practice called greenwashing. Now, as you know, the COP27 of UNFCCC is ongoing, where the UN General Secretary has actually warned the nations that the UN will not accept any greenwashing. That is, the nations that are making false claims about the efforts that have been made by them for climate change control, all of that has to be true. It is very, very unfair if you make false claims. That is why we actually have to take a lot of steps against this. The article also says that it is a very, very widespread practice. It's not just a few nations. Nations across the world actually use this to have a better prestige at the international level. Next, question number 4. Which of the following ministries conducts the Mother Tongue Survey of India? Ministry of Culture, Ministry of Communications, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, or Ministry of Home Affairs? The correct answer here would be D. As you know, it is the Ministry of Home Affairs that is usually given the responsibility of spreading the use of official language. So language related things usually come under the responsibility of the Ministry of Home Affairs. The reason why we are discussing this question is because of this article in the Indian Express today, according to which the Ministry of Home Affairs has completed the Mother Tongue Survey of India with field videography of country's 576 languages. Now, as you can understand, this is a project to survey the mother tongues which are existing across the entire country. The report said that the NIC and the National Field Development Corporation will document the linguistic data that has been surveyed with the use of audio and video files. As per the analysis of 2011 linguistic census data, in 2018, more than 19,500 languages and dialects were spoken in India as mother tongues. Next, we have an easy previous year question from 2021. Among the following, which one is the least water efficient crop? Is it sugarcane? Is it sunflower? Is it pearl millet? Or is it red gram? Now, as you know, amongst all these, there is one crop that is famous, in fact, across the country for being a water guzzling crop. That means a crop that actually consumes a lot of water. That crop is sugarcane, which is the correct answer. It is the least water efficient crop amongst all. The other ones actually do not consume a lot of water. Sunflower's water requirement is close to 672 mm per season, while pearl millet is actually drought tolerant, so it requires much lesser water, that is about 350 mm per season, while red gram, which is again a pulse, only requires 250 to 400 millimeters of water per season. Next, we have a fact of the day, and today we'll be discussing about NOTA, that is none of the above. Now, the reason why this topic is in the news is because of the by-poll results in Andheri East in Maharashtra. Now, in Maharashtra's Andheri East election, Shiv Sena's candidate, that is Shiv Sena Uddhav Bal Thackeray party, their candidate won. But the more important news was that the second rank in the election was actually held by NOTA. This is because BJP decided not to field any candidate from that particular constituency. Now, because of this, NOTA again has become a part of a lot of news stories. In this election, 12,806 people voted for NOTA, which is about 14.79%, which is extremely huge. If you know the history of NOTA, it was in 2013 that the Supreme Court first directed the use of NOTA in assembly elections of 4 states: Maharashtra, Mizoram, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, along with Delhi. After that, NOTA became a part of the general elections in the Lok Sabha as well. Now, as you know, this is the last option on the EVM, and if the voter does not want to vote for any of the candidates, they can actually press the NOTA button. Now, the fact remains that even if NOTA gets the most number of votes, it would not impact the result of the elections. Any candidate getting more votes than the others will win the election. Even if NOTA gets the most votes, the person at the second place will get to win the election. Although this does not really make a lot of impact, but the idea behind having NOTA is that you can actually draw more people towards a polling station. So even if people say, I don't like any candidate, they still can come ahead and vote. This is why NOTA is important. This is all that we had for today's daily quiz video. Thank you so much for watching. Do catch the international relations this week right here on our YouTube channel at 8 p.m. as well. Bye bye. Have a good day.